Máster Eliana y Omar León Abad y Máster Rosa Elena Niola San Martín, Universidad Estatal Península de Santa Elena. Tenemos ya a nuestra ponente, Máster Eliana Niola.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is the topic analysis of technology integration in online environments. Okay, to start with this topic, we need to take into account that in the last year, there has been a huge emerge and evolve of technology in different fields, especially in education. Now that we are integrating technology into hybrid modality of education, we see that the integration of these technologies are so important and have a different impact in the teaching and learning process. Technologies like equipment, like laptops, computers, tablets, also tools like different learning environments, different applications, and also artificial intelligence. So what we can see is that with the use of technology, we can teach and learn, teach the content in innovative ways. We present different types of activities, and of course, the technology helps students and teachers to apply technological devices and to enhance the teaching experience and the learning experience. So, because we are adopting these technologies into education, there is a question that arises for this study. How do students adopt and use technology in education? There are some studies and there is some evidence about the effectiveness of this, the integration of education in virtual environments or in online environments. However, we wanted to research what is it? How do students from in our context adopt and use the technology in education in order to, and there are some evidence that explains that it is for students to gain a deeper understanding of the technology used. It helps to broaden the context in the educational setting, including not only the tool itself, but also the content for teaching that includes the course design, the students' socioeconomical backgrounds, and also different factors, personal factors that may influence in this, in the integration of technology. Through this research, we want to contribute first to empirical evidence because there are still some research in progress. So we want to contribute with empirical evidence with students and what is is going on with the integration of technology from the view or from the perspective of students, and also what motivates students to use technology for their education. Additionally, through this study, we want to contribute to the educational system design and also to university policy making, since this is a growing technology. This is a model that is taking a step further than only in-person education. So for this research, the general objective, we are going to analyze students' technology adoption patterns and motivations in order to provide insights for enhancing educational system design and guiding university policy making. Through this, we are going to examine different how students use technology in different contexts, especially learning in social context, and to understand or investigate the perceptions that students have about technology in their academic for academic purposes. So, to start with this, we are take first into account the different theories that are the basis for the integration of technology in online environments, and we are going to start with Color and Measure. This framework appeared or was coined in the early 2000s, but it has been it has been modified and also adapted through these days. So in this case, we are taking this framework, PPAC, that is that integrates knowledge, knowledge content, integrates pedagogical content, integrates technological content, and all of this forms a pedagogy. This is not only the idea to use the tool, the technology just as a tool, but to integrate the different resources and to integrate the different elements in pedagogy, technology, knowledge to create a learning experience. Also, with this idea, there comes another theory that is the community of inquiry. In this case, what it is said, the community of inquiry is the technology or the internet itself becomes a community, where students, not only students, where people can gain access, to the information. We can research different types of activities. We can contribute to the creation of knowledge. All of these, also we go with the online collaborative learning that is a method that we are applying in online education. How it happens in this, even if there are some studies that also say that when talking about participation or interaction, we really need this contact, this face-to-face contact. There are some authors and there are some evidence that indicates that through collaborative learning, it is possible to interact and to participate in an online environment. So in online environments, we can have these different types of activities, starting from brainstorming, like students sharing ideas about the different topics. We can go through analysis, we can go through discussion, we can go through different type of comparison, and then we can end up with a product. So all of these theories and frameworks are aligned with the constructivism theories of learning. In this case, that constructivism tells that when, of course, the student is this is the class is student-centered. It is not the teacher who provides the knowledge to students, but students who build their knowledge by sharing their ideas, by analyzing their ideas, and of course they will get a product. So there is a process of construction, and the TPAC, the community of inquiry, and online collaborative learning have or are based under the constructivistic theories of learning in order to become a model for education. Additionally, there is also another factor that influences, that is part of online learning, and this is self-regulation. It is from the learner's perspective that there are some strategies that are important to develop, like first setting goals, time management, and of course having also a balanced mental health in order to cope with all the different activities that nowadays students and teachers have. So under these theories about how about the integration of technology in educational environments, there are also some advantages and disadvantages. As we see, technology brings lots of advantages, and this is not just a trend, this is not just fashion, but this is an important element that integrates into the educational context. So in this case, there are some advantages that about using virtual labs to enhance students' learning outcomes. It comes from a study made by in a university in Ecuador, where they applied they worked with different courses using virtual labs and using virtual assistants to help help develop that with the development of the course, and of course to measure the learning outcomes. Additionally, through the technology, we can develop practical skills, and especially we can go with collaborative skills, teamwork, discussion, even tolerance, and cooperation, of course. With the use of technology, integrating technology into education also improves motivation of students through the different activities with interaction and gamification. Additionally, it provides students, learners can access to the different activities from different places, so there is no limit on distance, on time, and also this is very flexible because one of the characteristics for online environments is flexibility, being able to adapt to the different circumstances in the educational context. However, there are some disadvantages. Some disadvantages, and the first of it is Howard mentions that the digital inequality is one disadvantage in this case. And of course, when there are learners, or depending on the social context, on the economic context, and also on the situation that is not, the political situation that is not in students or learners' hands. Additionally, there are some technical issues like connections, internet connection. You need equipment, you need equipment for this. There is another disadvantage that is coming up with all the activities that are like all these wave of technology use in the everyday life. So this is digital fatigue. Sometimes there will be there are results, there is evidence that explain that the long exposure to the use of technology and long exposure to screens provokes digital fatigue. And another disadvantage that is important to mention is professional development, and it is in this case it is cataloged as a disadvantage because there is still the need of instruction for educators. So in order to learn all of these ideas, in order to explore the integration of technology from students, we use the quantitative method, and with a descriptive design. There was a survey of closed-ended questions using the Likert scale applied to 533 students from pedagogy of national and foreign languages who were interviewed, who respond a questionnaire, regarding to the integration of technology, regarding to the use of different equipment, and also to their self-work with technology and the effectiveness of online resources. So some of the results, or the most important results, are presented in these ones, in the charts in here. So we can see that there is a high percentage of students who think, or whose perception are the technological tools are effective. The online resources that they are getting into their courses are effective for their learning. There is also another idea on the importance of technology for academic success. So there is a high percentage of students who consider that technology is important for their academic success. We also can see here that there is another, very important are the ones chosen by the participants. In this case, we can see this, that integrating technology into education, it is not only using equipment, but it has to do with academic success. There is also self-directed learning with technology. It has to do especially from the role that each student has in their learning process. We can see that in this case, there are still there is a high percentage of students who acknowledge, who are aware of the need of developing self-directed or self-regulation strategies. So from this research, there are some conclusions we've come up to, and the first one is that students are more likely to use technological tools into education. So technological tools including online courses, there is a high percentage of students who accept and agree that online courses are a good way to learn, to educate themselves. Also the use of educational apps, especially we are talking about Pine major. So we are talking about educational apps to learn English, to learn languages, and of course the use of social media also to education. By using the technology, students are able to achieve their learning outcomes effectively through participation and collaboration. Students can see the result or the productivity when they are working with a good guide, with the collaborative or cooperative work. However, as we saw that there are also disadvantages, there are also part of the conclusions some challenges that are important to address. First, the integration of technology, self-regulation is necessary. We need to work on strategies to develop from learners and teachers, strategies for time organization, goal setting, self-talk, adaptation, self-care. So in this case, we can balance and we can say, okay, this is the work that teachers can do, and it is also something that we can address for students. It can be taken into account for future research, how we can address self-regulation into students. And additionally, the challenges as accessibility, digital fatigue, or how to work, how to manage, how to work with different equipments are also some of the results that came up from this survey. And of course, this will be considered for future research. That's it. We have come up, that's all the information we have come up with this research. And if there are questions, I'm ready to answer.